So let's talk about it's getting pretty late, so let's talk about this final thing. What is it about homosexuality out of all the things in the Bible that people focus so much on that?
That I don't know why.
And people love to say, "Oh, don't talk about that. That's in the Old Testament." You can't say that. That's about the Old Testament.
Wasn't the whole point of Jesus coming down is so they didn't have to use the Old Testament anymore?
Apparently, Jesus sort of changed things. I mean, honestly, you can make the argument that, Jesus also said he did not come to change God's laws. So, anything in the Old Testament, you have to accept. But let's go ahead and go with the argument that they can throw out the Old Testament, which they shouldn't be allowed to, but let's go ahead and let them.
Okay. There's still some pretty awful shit that's in the New Testament, too.
If you're only going for the New Testament, Jesus never said anything bad about homosexuality, so throw that out. That was in the Old Testament, throw it out.
Yep.
But they don't want to, so they say it's unnatural, it's not normal, it's not right. What is it about something being unnatural that makes it wrong? God is supernatural.
That's true.
God's outside of nature. He's not natural. So is God.
Paranormal Activity movies, got ghosts in them, yeah. So that's not natural, so it should be a dirty sin to go watch those movies.
Yeah, but...
Just like it'd be a dirty sin to go watch gay porn, It's two guys doing each other. That's dirty.
Yeah, what is it about something not being natural that makes it immoral and wrong? Like I said, God is not natural.
He can't be natural, because if he was natural...
Because he created nature.
Yeah, if he was natural, that means we could prove whether or not he is here or not. Because he's within the bounds of this universe.
Yeah.
So he has to be...
Something being unnatural is not an argument.
No.
Also, I'm one of the people, I understand some people say, things like skyscrapers are unnatural because they're man-made, but, if you think about it, there is no such thing as unnatural, because everything that happens eventually
Humans are natural, and what we make is natural.
Yeah, everything that happens in the universe is somehow a part of nature.
Unless we were to find out how to create stuff with having nothing.
Unless we could figure out how to defy the laws of physics, and
yeah,
and like you said, create something out of nothing, then yeah, that's not natural.
Well, that's where God comes in. He created the universe out of nothing.
But, it's like, anything that happens in nature is by definition natural. Humans are part of nature. Some humans, are homosexual. Therefore, homosexuality is a part of nature. It happens
in nature all the time.
Yeah. Lots of animals do it.
Animals do it all the fucking time.
Human beings are animals. We do it. Just because we have a higher, capacity for knowledge, and we have...
Hell, dolphins rape each other. They're smart. They're getting close to being just as smart as we are because they can understand our language, and we have no idea what the fuck they're saying. But they can understand us. They can understand us, and they actually help humans. If you're out in, say, the middle of the ocean, and your boat turns over, and there's sharks coming around, dolphins will come start swimming in a circle around you to protect you from the sharks, because they know that you're in trouble, and they will help you. And they're fucking nice. They're not nice to each other, but they're nice to us.
Dolphins are more moral than humans are.
Pretty much.
But seriously.
That's ridiculous. Oh, sorry, cat.
This whole, I don't know. I mean, would you say, a beehive is unnatural? I don't think you would, because, it happens in nature, but it's not it doesn't just spontaneously grow. I mean,
yeah,
organisms put it together and make it.
Flowers would be unnatural because they had to be pollinated.
Just like,
so they're kind of built,
that's
too.
just like skyscrapers, they don't just happen, but,
Look at this ball, Matthew. It's perfectly round.
Human beings are part of nature, and they put these buildings together. So these buildings are natural. They follow the laws of physics. They're created from natural processes. Well, maybe not natural processes, but things around
they're
like elements.
Created from natural beings.
They're created from the natural beings, yes, not necessarily natural processes. But how can an act between two natural organisms be unnatural? Because I can actually understand, thinking, skyscrapers and buildings are unnatural because they don't happen by natural processes. But sex between a man and a woman, somehow natural. The same sort of act, sex between a man and a man, then all of a sudden, oh, that's not natural.
But if you throw a woman in there with a man, a woman, and a man, usually most people are like, that's not too bad. At least it's not just two guys.
As long as they're not touching dicks.
Yeah.
It's natural.
How many times did you hear that in high school? We could Eiffel Tower this bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, as long as we're not touching dicks, we'll be good.
What is it about, suddenly having two of the same sex? How does that become unnatural? And how does that suddenly go from a cave, taking shelter in a cave, to taking shelter in a house? How does it suddenly become that sort of difference? That's one thing I just don't understand. That whole unnatural argument makes no sense. And therefore, anybody who uses that argument, I automatically dismiss it. It's like Pascal's wager.
Yeah.
I just automatically, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I will never say anything good about Pascal's wager.
Taking shelter in a cave, natural, because it was a natural process, made that cave, that's okay. Taking shelter in a house, houses are unnatural. They don't happen by natural processes. You're not allowed to live in houses. That's not natural. It's immoral. So, yeah, any sort of unnatural claim like that is just that's fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You worship an unnatural god for one. So just fucking drop that argument right off the bat. But yeah, I mean,
so fucking dumb.
Out of all the things in the Bible, that's like the one thing that's the most prevalent right now, and I just don't get it. Like, it affects nobody. It affects nobody but the people involved.
Yeah, I still don't understand why we're so worried about what gay people want to do on their fucking time off. I don't understand why the fuck we give a shit.
And then they say marriage. Marriage was around fucking far before God ever showed up.
Yep. Marriage
wasn't created by God, regardless of what you guys might think. People were getting married long before God ever showed up.
Okay, yeah. If God had to do with marriage, why the hell were the Asian cultures? Why are they getting married? They don't believe in Christian God. Why the fuck are they getting married?
Yeah, why the fuck were people getting married in the ancient Greece? Why were they getting married?
Yeah.
Why were the Romans getting married when they believed in Jupiter and Mars? Why were I don't know, Cat. Why were like you said, all the Asian cultures for thousands of years before Christ came along, why were they getting married?
And why the fuck were they getting wiped out by this flood that they had nothing to do with?
Yeah, it's like, they were getting married because, they found somebody they wanted to be with, and they were exchanging property, and they were combining families. Yeah, marriage was around far before Christ came along, so that's just a fact. So Christians don't own marriage. Regardless of what they want to say, like they come along and they say, oh, this is ours now. It's not. It's fucking not. And this isn't a Christian nation.
Never has been.
This is not a theocracy. This is a secular nation for good reason, because once something becomes a theocracy, it does not progress. People get treated like secondhand citizens. They get treated like they're not citizens, actually, because they don't have rights. People get treated like shit, and there is no equality. And it's really okay for the people who are in the in group, but for the millions of people who are not in that little group, they're treated like shit. Mm-hmm. And that's not how you progress as a society. That's not how you move forward. And it's just not humane.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. It's fucking stupid.
All right. What do you think about that, Cat?
Meow. He doesn't think a goddamn thing.
It's weird. I only had those two things. I only had Uganda and those little bits of information written down, and I had the Arizona and those little tweets written down. And normally we have like 5 or 6 things written down, but we managed to talk for about 70 minutes about those two things, and we went off on a couple tangents, which were pretty good. But I think that was a pretty good episode.
I agree. I agree, Kitty. Do you agree?
Do you agree, Cat?
Say something. All you gotta do is like hold him, and then you just go meow. Hmm? You got anything to say?
Well, Chad, do you have any final words on these topics? Any final words on the persecution of Christians?
Grow up. Fucking grow up. Be fucking adults. quit being little babies whenever you don't have any rights taken away. You're just having other people in the playground now have the same toys that you have. Don't be a fucking bitch. Fucking grow up. Mind your own goddamn business. That's all I have to fucking say.
Yeah, like he was saying, it's like the rights aren't being taken away from Christians. We're just stopping them from being able to take away rights from other people. Like, that's not discrimination against them. That's us. That's people fighting for equality for everyone. Saying it's like, that was a good analogy you said with the toy on the playground. It's like the Christians were only the Christians were allowed on the swing set and the slide.
Yep.
But now we're allowing everybody to play on the swings
and they're pissed
and to slide down the slide. And they're like, no, that's bullshit. That was ours.
Yeah.
We wanted to be able to keep them away from those toys. Well, no. Everybody on the playground gets to play with the swings and the slide.
Yeah.
So that's not persecution. That's not taking away the rights of the Christians. That's giving everyone else a chance.
Yep. But they don't see it that way, and they never will. They never fucking will. Not until Fox News shuts their goddamn mouth.
Somebody needs to just fucking buy Fox News and then just shut it down. just fucking shut them the fuck down.